back again with another video. Since I really like to work on my For Hire video, I think I'll do this series I do from time to time, reviewing each card and an archetype in a video, giving my opinions on each. With that out of the way, by request, let's start talking about 6 Samurai. To begin with, like For Hire, there are two different types of 6 Samurai cards. There are the 6 Samurai themselves and the Shien cards, which basically act as a 6 Samurai support. Also, unlike with For Hire, once done with the monsters, I'll go over the spells and traps as well, because 6 Samurai has quite a lot of them actually. Anyways, let's begin with the Samurais, starting with the 6 Samurai Yaritza. This card is a level 3 Earth Warrior type monster with the following effect. While you control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name, this card can attack your opponent directly. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 Samurai monster you control instead. First of all, that protection by destroying another card effect is something every 6 Samurai card has, so I'll stop mentioning it from now on. This card shows off the main gimmick of the 6 Samurai monsters quite well. Pretty much useless on their own, but gaining effects when their buddies are on the field. This is one of the weaker ones, and you probably shouldn't run it at all. But it can attack directly, I hear you say, and that may be the case. But 1000 is nothing. The next turn, even a Beaver Warrior can destroy it. And if you use this effect to destroy something else, so you can attack the next turn directly again, well, why the fuck would you try to run Yaritza Piton? Want to play Toon while you're at it too? Sure, you can equip it with equip spells to deal more damage, but 6 Samurai doesn't have enough space for it. You want to mainly run monsters for their effect, so that they don't break, while using some traps to stall, so you can get your own effects going the next turn. So, yeah, don't run this one. Next up, we have the 6 Samurai Yaichi. This card is a Water Warrior type monster with 1300 attack and 800 defense. Once per turn, you can target one set, spell or trap card, destroy that target. You must control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name to activate and resolve this effect. This card cannot declare an attack during the turn this effect is activated. A really powerful card that I strongly advise putting in your 6 Samurai deck. Spell and trap removal still is an almost foreign concept in Duel Links. Yaichi is quite fairly balanced by not being too strong itself and not being able to attack if you destroy a card. Also, it can only destroy set spells, not face-up ones. The 6 Samurai Kamon deals with those. He has the same effect except for face-up spells and traps. If you're playing PvP, run 2 or 3 Yaichi but only 1 Kamen, and if you're playing against the AI, run 2 of each. For our first level 4 monster, we have the 6 Samurai Nisashi. It's a level 4 Wind Warrior type with 1400 attack and 700 defense, and while you control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name, this card can attack twice during each battle phase. Oh, you can destroy 2 Beaver Warriors at the same time! Scary! Just like Yaritza, another card that's absolutely useless if it doesn't have equip spells to it, which Samurai shouldn't run in Duel Links. In general, equip spells are bad in Duel Links. One of them has even become a meme because new players keep running it and losing because of it. Anyways, yeah, just forget about this one. Next, we have the 6 Samurai Iru, a level 4 Dark Warrior type with 1700 attack and 1200 def, and the following effect. At the start of each damage step, if this card attacks a face-down defense position monster, destroy that monster. You must control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. This monster has an okay amount of attack, however his effect rarely sees use. The only time your opponent sets a card face down usually is if it has an effect then is destroyed, he wants it in the graveyard, or he's about to lose anyways. So run him only if you need the extra attack. However, I find that kind of difficult to consider, considering what the last of the 6 Samurai is. The 6 Samurai Tsanji, a level 4 Light Warrior type with 1800 attack and 1300 defense. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, destroy the monster this card attacked. You must control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. Easily the best 6 Samurai monster battle-wise, and also the only one to actively be able to take advantage of his protection effect. Using him, you can run into a stronger monster, take some damage, sacrifice another 6 Samurai monster on the field, and then destroy a stronger monster. Even he looks smug about it. Run him 3 times no matter what 6 Samurai deck you're playing. Now onto the Shien cards, starting with... What? There's one more 6 Samurai card? But we just went through all 6. Fine. Lastly, we have Hand of the Sixth Samurai, a level 3 fire warrior type with 1600 attack and 1000 defense with the following effect. If you control another 6th samurai monster, you can tribute one 6th samurai monster, then target one monster on the field, destroy that target. Oh, what a nice hand the 6th samurai have. Oh shit, Yaichi, that monster is too strong for you. Well, fuck you, you're fired and take your trash out with you. Due to his name, he does count as another 6th samurai card for the activation of 6th samurai effects, and his targeted removal towards monsters can quite often save your skin. Also, this card can actually attribute itself to destroy monsters, so keep that in mind. Usually, run 3. Now, let's actually start with the Shien cards, starting with Shien's Foot Soldier. A level 3 warrior earth type with 700 attack and 300 defense, and when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 3 or lower 6 samurai monster from your deck. This is your discount searcher, apparently. A good strategy to do on your first turn before you get better cards will be to set him face down, hope your opponent destroys him, search for Yaichi, Kamon, or the hand, and special summon them. Then, in your turn, summon another 6 samurai to gain their effects. Like this, you set up an okay starting field, but you have to rely on your opponent running over the foot soldier without killing you outright. Run him if you have no stalling cards. Next up, we have the first super rare, Inishi Shien's Chancellor. A level 6 warrior light type with 2200 attack and 1200 defense. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 6 samurai monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster, destroy that target. This card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated. Quite a strong late game card that can turn the duel around quite quickly. It needs a bit of graveyard setup, so everything in the starting hand it's quite dead, but once you get it out of the field, you can destroy whatever was in your way. However, Inishi can't attack that turn, which is more than a fair trade-off. See this? This is what For Hire should have been. Actually some drawbacks to using their own effects. Anyways, run 1. Finally, the first ultra rare I have to talk about in this series, make room for the boss monster of the 6 samurai, Great Shogun Shien. A level 7 warrior fire type with 2500 attack and 2400 defense. If you control 2 or more face-up 6 samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can only activate one spell or trap card each turn. If this card will be destroyed, you can destroy a face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead. A really strong boss monster with the same protection effect as the other 6 samurai monsters, meaning that he is even harder to get rid of than most boss monster. What I like about this is that it doesn't negate anything. The opponent just has to be more careful with which spell or trap he should activate during their turn. Shien can also easily get on the field with his special summon requirements. His arrival usually means the end of the duel, either for the opponent because he can't get rid of him, or for you because you most likely gave him all resources to play him. A nice card to go all out on, and a deserving card to be ultra rare. Run 1 definitely, maybe 2, but anything more than that will brick you to death. Then there's also Tenkabito Shien, which isn't a 6 samurai card at all, so why the fuck is it here? The 6 samurai lineup is definitely strong, with quite good monsters and good effects to go with them, with some exceptions. And what would an archetype be without spell and traps to help it? I don't know, Gen X? Starting with the spells, we have 6 Strike Triple Impact. If you control 3 or more face-up 6 samurai monsters, you can activate one of these effects. Either destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls, destroy all face-up spell and trap cards your opponent controls, or destroy all set spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Strong in concept, but horrible in execution. 6 samurai are as good as they are in numbers, yes, and you want as many on the field as possible. However, no 6 samurai currently can swarm itself. The only ones that can special summon themselves are Shien and Ainshi, which don't count as 6 samurai monsters. So this card drops dead. Besides, imagine having this in your starting hand with like 3 monsters. How does this advance your play at all? You can use the effect of the 6 samurai cards himself to clean the field, so use that instead and never use this card. Next up, the equip spell Legendary Ebon Steed. Equipped only to a 6 samurai monster, it gains 200 attack and defense, and if it would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. Well, that's a piss poor attempt at an archetype exclusive equip spell. Not only does it not help Shien cards once again, but it also gives 200 attack and defense, which is nothing, even as far as equip spells go. To put in perspective, Black Pendant was in the first ever box in Duel Links. Also, what is that protection effect for? For stalling? so we can get another 6 samurai? Tell me, would you rather change the position of a monster, leaving them unable to attack, as well as usually in a weaker position, or would you rather play this? Lastly, we have a field spell, Xian's Castle of Mist. When a 6 samurai monster is attacked, the attacking monster loses 500 attack during damage calculation only. Okay, what is this? Not even Xian's own castle gives him anything. This guy just can't take a break. Anyways, I get the idea behind it. With this, your opponent's monsters will have a tougher time running over your 6 samurais, meaning you can stall technically for a bit longer until you get more 6 samurais on the field. However, the field spell just does nothing otherwise to help you. The 500 attack decrease only happens the moment the opponent attacks, meaning you yourself can't run over the monsters either. Also, when it comes to stalling, what makes it bad is that there is a chance the opponent can get over this. All he has to do is use a stronger monster, or he just doesn't have to attack. This is why other stall cards are better in every way. Just use Joey's Field of Warrior skill for a better field. Now for the trap lineup, we have Xian's Scheme. If a 6 samurai monster you control is destroyed by battle, special summon up to 2 6 samurai monsters from your hand. Interesting idea again, but probably better if you skip it too. Duel Links only lets you start with 4 cards. The setup of this card requires your starting hand to be this card as well as 3 6 samurais. Meaning if you get a Xian card or one of the stall cards you should be running, you are basically fucked. Also, besides to set up for Ainshi, you don't want your samurais to land on the graveyard anyways. It's better to skip this one. And at last, we have the continuous trap card, Swift Strike Armor. During your draw phase, each time you draw a 6 samurai monster card, you can reveal it, special summon it. Another good idea, but you probably should say no as well. The reasoning for this is, while you may get a card out quicker because of this card, it will be dead the moment your field is full. Also, if you don't draw into a 6 samurai, not only will your opponent know, but also this card does nothing for a turn. Since duels usually don't last too long, that may as well be the difference between victory and defeat. Compared to the monsters, the spells and traps are pretty embarrassing so far. As such, to have a good 6 samurai deck, you need to use some other cards for spells and traps. Here is a deck list for my current 6 samurai deck, which should be strong enough to guarantee you into gold, using powerful Rebirth to bring back a 6 samurai card in case it got destroyed. And here's another budget list with weaker but cheaper spells and traps. With both of them, I highly advise playing the deck with Joey with his Field of Warrior skill. 6 samurais are for hires done right. All were added in a mini box, they were quite strong but can easily be dealt with. Not every play is the same, there's a bit of variation, one can improve upon it with other cards. The super rare and ultra rare cards all have their advantages and disadvantages, and in general, the use of their effect always comes with a disadvantage as well. Either you take damage, you can't attack, or you require a lot of setup for it. This is why no one ever complained about 6 samurai. Unlike for hire, they are fair and balanced. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you'd like me to go over any other Duel Links archetype, please text me about it. And with that, see you then.